Take it serious, Jimmy. Kobe Bryant, RIP to Bean himself. Rest in peace to the legend. Thank God, because Kobe showed me that I did not have talent in a game that I thought that I did.
Kevin Hart and Kobe Bryant went to basketball camp together. It may seem like a lifetime ago, but it's been only over a year since the passing of Kobe Bryant, even as the world reels from one calamity to the next. Friends of the NBA legend like comedian Kevin Hart are still sharing their memories of Bryant and his unbeatable work ethic. And so, here's Kevin Hart and Kobe Bryant in a basketball camp together. By the way, make sure to click that subscribe button to stay up to date with all our engaging videos, and use that trigger finger by smashing that like button. Now let's get into it. Kobe Bryant was known as one of the fiercest, most driven competitors to ever set foot on an NBA court. And unsurprisingly, the Black Mamba brought that same energy back when he was in high school. Kevin Hart recounted the story on his Instagram page when he and Bryant, who both grew up in Philadelphia area, attended the same basketball camp in the early to mid-1990s. The comedian said the future Los Angeles Lakers legend absolutely destroyed everybody at the camp using only his non-dominant hand. The man was above and beyond the word good, Hart said. He was great then. According to Hart, the duo both attended Speedy Murray's LaSalle basketball camp, which was a big deal, over one summer. Hart described trailing behind Bryant, who was, by that point, the top-ranked player in the country, around the camp because, "I want to be where the great players are because I am a great player. I'm at the same basketball camp as the #1 basketball player in the nation," Hart said. Well, that means I must be number 2. I've got to be number 2. Why else would I be here? It's my time to shine and I get recognized. NBA, here I come, he added. Hart, who is 5'4" and would have been one of the shortest players in NBA history if he'd made it as pro, said he was working his absolute hardest to compete with Bryant and the rest of the campers. But by the third day, Morris, then the head coach at LaSalle, spoke to the entire camp to inspire the young players to get some work ethic, and incidentally dropped a bomb on Hart and the rest of his peers. "I'm watching you guys show up every morning. I've got to say, I'm not impressed." Hart recalled Morrison saying, "I don't feel like you campers are working hard enough. You need to show up here and want to become better." "Look at Kobe Bryant," Morrison added. "He shows up here every day and he works. Kobe Bryant hasn't put the basketball in his right hand since he's been in the camp. He's here to only work on his left hand." Hart said he was stunned and devastated that he struggled to compete with a future Hall of Famer even with a handicap. "The opportunity that I thought was going to be the biggest of my life turned out to be a goddamn practice pad for Kobe Bryant," Hart quipped. "We didn't even know that he was practicing on us until the head coach made us all feel stupid for not working as hard as he was." Bryant would famously go on to set many records at Lower Merion High School before moving on to the NBA at just 17 years old. The Lakers selected him with the 13th overall pick and the rest is history. Hart, meanwhile, would become one of the most accomplished comedians of his generation. But before Hart made a name for himself in comedy and before Bryant won 5 championships while donned in purple and yellow, the eventual 18-time NBA All-Star scoffed at Hart's goal of becoming a Division I college basketball player. "One night I talked to Kobe and I said, 'Hey man, where do you think I'm probably going to end up going? Like D1 wise?' Hart said, 'Where should I go?' Kobe just looked at me and laughed and walked away. Needless to say, that's when my NBA dreams were shattered," he added. After 20 seasons in the NBA in which he secured his legacy on the Mount Rushmore of the league, Bryant and his 13-year-old daughter Gianna Gigi Bryant tragically died along with 7 others in a helicopter crash, January 26, 2020. The sports world has been in mourning ever since. Kevin Hart is remembering the time he spent in basketball camp with the late Kobe Bryant and when Hart realized he just wasn't good at the sport. During an appearance on The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, the host asked the actor about when he gave up his dream of being a pro basketball player. "You didn't always dream of being a comedian. I read somewhere that at one point you thought you might play pro basketball," Fallon said. "And that dream ended in one specific moment. Do you remember what happened?" "I stopped growing, Jimmy, if you want to be honest. That's one of the reasons." 5'4" Hart joked in response before revealing that Bryant also played a part in him realizing basketball wasn't for him. "But also, I went to basketball camp with Kobe Bryant," he continued. "When I went to the camp with Kobe Bryant, this is when I realized that I was not good, when I saw how good Kobe was." Hart went on to share that Bryant, who died in a tragic helicopter crash in January, alongside his daughter Gianna and 7 others, played left-handed the entire camp and still managed to dominate the others. And I just wasn't good, man. I just wasn't good, and I was mad at myself because I sold myself this dream, and this dream wasn't a reality because this man played left-handed. Hart told Fallon.
Thank God because Kobe showed me that I did not have talent in a game that I thought that I did. I was horrible.
I'm glad. I love these. So he played the whole camp left-handed and still...
He played the whole camp left-handed.
Kobe Bryant showed me that I did not have talent in a game that I thought that I did. Hart also said that he and Bryant shared a dorm room with others at the camp at the Fallon interview. We had a blast, Hart recalled. It was an overnight camp and your kids. All the silliness that normally ensued. Late night pranks and sneaking into other people's dorms and fighting with other campers. We did all that stuff. It was just funny because as time progressed, I saw Kobe transform into the machine that he was. That he will be forever remembered as, the comedian added. It has been over a year since Kobe Bryant and others died in an unthinkable helicopter crash in the hills of Calabasas, California, and in the ensuing months we have, rightly, understandably, humanely, been reminded that the legendary Laker was an Academy Award winner, a hashtag girl dad, an entrepreneur, a youth coach, a visionary. We've discussed his 5 championship rings, his unrivaled work ethic, his unwillingness to take no for an answer. Kobe Bryant was a savvy businessman, a forward thinker, a Southern California staple, and, one might argue, the most revered athlete in the Golden State's history. He signed autographs without hesitation. He contributed to myriad charities. His smile rivaled Magic Johnson's for sunny optimism, and his game was magnificently Jordan-esque. What is the measure of a man? In the case of Kobe Bryant, it is many things. A star basketball player, an international star, a husband, a dad, an entrepreneur, a hero. These are just some of the titles we will use to remember Kobe Bryant. Those titles might have been obliterated from his legacy if the events of 2003 happened during today's hashtag #MeToo movement. Yes, the sexual assault and false imprisonment charges were dropped, apologies given and payments made, but we will never know what happened behind that hotel door. So what measures a man? Bryant strove for excellence after that day in 2003. He became a better man. Redemption is a unique human quality, and when it is truly achieved, we become better people and help create a better world. There was something special about Kobe even before he became Kobe. He was there to win and nothing else. He was the antithesis of the everybody gets a trophy generation. He played through injuries, legal challenges, and personal struggles. When anyone else could have used them as excuses, he saw them as obstacles to be overcome. He was invincible, yet at the same time human. This tragedy hits us hard because Bryant gave us so much, and at the very least, he deserved to live a long, healthy life. It's unjust and we feel helpless. All we are left to do is remember and eulogize this giant. So Kobe, thank you for the buzzer beaters, the parades, and the celebrations. Most of all, thank you for our childhood. What are your thoughts on the great Kobe Bryant? Let us know in the comments section below. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel so we continue giving you the best content possible. Thank you for watching. See you on the next video.